All right, I'm here with my friend Denis. I met Denis about 12, maybe 13 years ago, a long time ago. Actually, by total coincidence, I was just looking through some Facebook motorcycle sites and I saw a stunt competition that somebody had posted on Facebook, and he had finished in the top three, and it listed the nationalities of the people. And we were doing quite a good business in Russia back at that time. And so I thought, oh, that'd be interesting to sponsor someone from Russia. So we had a intern working for me that was from Russia, and I had her track him down on social media, and we met, and then we ended up going to the trade shows in Germany and Italy, and have known each other ever since. Done a lot of riding together. But I thought I'd just let him talk a little bit about how he got into not only motorcycling, but into the crazy world of stunt riding in Russia, a country that hasn't had a long experience with motorcycles for recreational use, and where the riding season is not so long and can be quite cold. So tell us how you get into it.
So I got inspiration from American stunt riders. It was maybe 2007 or something like that, and I started to ride in 2009. So when I saw the first movie of American stunt riding team, I realized that that's things that I really wanted to do. And at this period, I already ride some scooters and so on. So I really would like to try, because I thought that it's a cool.
And how old were you at that time? At the very beginning when you saw
16.
16.
16, yeah, but I saw the movie around 14.
14 years
Yeah,
old.
I was 14, and at 16 I started to ride stunts. So my first scooter, and I didn't ride the streets. I went directly to the stunt riding, because I was really inspired by the different kind of riders competition. I remember that was a most popular American competition that was popular all over the world, like called Stunt Wars and called XDL shows and so on. I always follow the news and what's going on in the world, and I was really focused on riding skills. So I started at 2008, 2009, and at 2010 I had already have a sponsorship contract with a local company, like a factory company producing motorcycles. It's a China company, but manufacturer in Russia. So we started to ride, we started to make some cool content. We started just to having fun and try to make a mix between riding skills, between the stunt riding and some marketing activity, like my own promotion and so on. And one guy, he helps me with all marketing stuff. He started to promote me. He helped me a lot with my first riding sponsorship contract with that company. And we did a lot of cool job, like pictures, videos, and so on, some crazy stuff, and we grabbed people attention. So at this moment, I realized that I wanted to dive into the stunt riding for a couple of next years to become a professional rider. And for me, I realized that professional, it's not about the riding skills. It's like a mix between how you can work with the companies, how you can promote them, how you can make some features for their future image and so on. And in 2011, I received a big sponsorship contract with a local Russian company. They provide me with a new motorcycle. It was a Honda CBR 600. So my dream just came true, and I started to ride more.
I remember in the early days seeing a lot of stuff with Subaru in it.
Yeah, it was the next year, 2012.
And tell me about that connection.
So yeah, it was a very interesting connection and results, how we understood the marketing tips and how marketing connect with the riders. So we realized that only stunt riding, it's not so profitable for companies. I mean, so the people love stunt riding, but for a business, we started to explore what will be really profitable for a business, and we started to make a lot of promotion, different shows, different events, started to connect brands like Motul. And after that, one of Subaru's managers called me and said, "Oh, let's meet. Let's organize a meeting with a local Subaru distributor, and let's talk make how we can make the shows together and so on." So I decided to make a commercial offer, how it how it will be, how it will work, how we can connect together, how we can promote the brand. So I started to think about their customers, not about myself, that I'm cool stunt rider, so I have a lot of skills. I can go to some riding competition. I can organize some stunt riding shows. No, it's cool for stunt riding, and it's cool for you, but it's not good for a business. I mean, the company they don't need to make the donation for you. They need to make profit for the business and make some marketing activities. And we organized a meeting. I did not bad, and I showed them the potential to work with us, and we signed the contract. And at every hour show, they provide us as a new Subaru for extra promotion. And after that, we start to make a mix between our advertisement campaign with the Subaru advertising campaign, and we did a lot of DVD videos, a lot of shows together, a lot of social network promotion, and we did a great job.
Of all the stunt bikes that you've ridden, what were like two of your favorite that were the best bikes for doing stunts?
I think it's a Triumph Street Triple. I really love that motorcycle, but for sure the universal bike is Kawasaki 636, like 600 Ninja. It's the most popular motorcycle for stunt riding because of it's a light bike and good engine for different kind of riding style and aggressive style and so on. So all world prefers the Kawasaki 636.
Okay, all right. So I know that you transitioned away from stunt riding, or at least not doing it full time, into your motorcycle tour business. About what year did that happen?
I remember that I realized in 2012 when I ran at World Stunt Riding Championship, when I was at couple of European stunt riding championship. I realized that I don't want to be the first. I don't need it. So I just having fun, and I love the stunt riding. I love that stage of my development. I received a lot of experience, and I have just to move forward. I have to do something new for my life, because I don't want to stay more professional rider, because to earn money with that kind of activity, you have to be crazy. You have to practice all the time. You have to compete with top riders and so on. So I did a good job with the sponsors. I did a good job with my own riding skills. So I was everywhere and know everyone, the most popular the stunt riders, and I also told thank you guys for my inspiration, but I have to move forward, and it was in 2012.
What was the top position you got at any event inside Russia and any event outside of Russia?
So I participated only outside the Russia. So in Russia, it's we did only stunt riding shows and
exhibitions.
Yeah. And we organized. So we did the shows, and we made a lot of organizational stuff, like to organize the big stunt riding show during the Formula One in Sochi. And after
so outside of Russia, what was your biggest success?
I think it was a Bulgaria International, like European Championship, and I think I took five place, and it was 2012. But for me, it was like it was a final. So I received everything that I wanted, and I received a lot of information, a lot of education, and I have met you. So we started to move at the way of business. So I just finished with my writing skills, with my base marketing skills, and we started to move on the way of business. And that way was really difficult because when you start to do something from like a real zero from the beginning, it always complicated. And
when you said you started your tour of business in Indonesia in 2016?
Yeah, it was the first. In 2016, it was the first year when we visit Bali, and I realized I want to try to make some tours there. And the real tour was 2017. It was not really successful.
So what did you do between 2012 and 2017 in that transition when you realized that you weren't going to do the stunt riding full time, but way before you were doing the tours full time? In that 5-year period, 2012, 2017, what were you doing?
So it was, I was looking for myself. So I was trying all kind of businesses. I received a lot of marketing education from work with my sponsors, and I tried to make it real. So I launched a store with motorcycle oils, not only motorcycles, all kind of brands for all kind of vehicles. After that, we tried to realize some startup. It's like a general loyalty program for different companies. For example, 100 companies and only one the card of the loyalty program. And I tried to make some different businesses, and I spent around 2 or 3 years of trying to do some different stuff. But I returned to the stunt riding again at 2015. So in 2015, I returned and decided to try to realize all my marketing skills in stunt riding, just to earn money, to make shows, and try to work, try to make the second wave for working with the sponsors and get some money to start another business.
And then in 2018, the touring company took off.
2016. So
at 18, it took off.
Yeah. So at 2016, one of my friend, she was very close to me, and so we spent a lot of time together. And I told her, so I was already came back to the stunt riding world, and I wrote 2015, and now it's the end of 2016, and I have no idea how I have to continue my development. And she told me, so you have a lot of motorcycle experience, and a lot of people wanna study, that you share that experience with the people. Why not you try to make your own riding courses? Because, for example, that guy, I heard that those people wanted that you teach them how to ride safety. And I decided, yeah, why not? And in 2016, at the end of 2016, I launched my own driving courses, just courses, not to get a drive license and so on. And it started to go really well.
Riding. Driving is a car.
Yeah, riding, for sure, thanks. Yeah, riding. And in the end of 2016, I have my own customer base. It was around 20 people, but they start to ride a lot. Like every day, I have like 3 or 4 hours of doing educational programs, and I realized, yeah, here is the second interesting stuff that I can look forward, I can focus on. But it was just a beginning, and from all my marketing background, I received one good feedback from the Skolkovo. It's a business school. We made one marketing event for that school in 2015, I think. So one guy from the Skolkovo recommended me as a marketer person, and I received a call from Florida, from one Russian businessman who wanted to promote his business in the U.S. area, like in Florida, and he has an investment, and he wanted to start the company providing different kind of tours, like by planes, by motorcycles, by boats, and all kind of stuff. And he wanted to meet me in U.S. and start this business together. So I realized, okay, So US still my dream. I wanted to come there and check what's going on there, and I had you as a friend. So why not? Why? So I had to try. So I gave up with my like school ideas and decided to try if I lucky guy or not. And I came there to US and Florida. Do you remember that
Yes.
time? Yeah, it was the end of 2016. I came to US
It
and
was when
Florida.
Trump had just been
Yeah,
elected.
yeah. So it was the most complicated part of my life because my like pink glasses just was destroyed, and I see the real world. I see the real people, and so that guy and all kind of his investments and project. It was a scam, like typical scam, and he wanted to just use me as like as slaves. I don't know how to say yeah, something like that. So he wanted to use me as a manager, like a general manager, to do everything because he doesn't speak English, and he wanted me to help him to build a house, to repair his car, to pay his bills, and so on and so forth. So. And his business approach, it was a disaster because he earned money in Russia in the early 19s in world of house, and he decided that when he came back to US with the money, he can do whatever he wants, and it doesn't work at all. It worked in Russia, but it doesn't work at different countries like US or European countries and so on. So I called. I remember that I have a friend from US. I called to Michael and told him the story. But a couple months ago, I remember at some of our meeting in Intermod, Michael told me the most important thing. He told me just be careful with the Russian guy who are living in Miami.
Well, that was a very interesting trip because you saw the strange business approach of the Russian guy living in Miami.
Yeah.
And then you came to Washington in January and got to spend 8 hours marching in the first annual Women's March against Trump with 400,000 angry ladies wearing pink vagina hats,
Yeah.
which was, I'm sure, an amazing experience for you as a Russian. I don't think they have similar things like that in anywhere in the world, especially
Yeah.
Russia.
Yeah, it was one of the best lessons of the life that I can get. So thank you for that. It was so amazing. It's not about the gays and lesbians. It's about the life. How it's about the construction of life. I mean, the whole world, how it works. Not about the Trump or election or inauguration. So I just started to think more like wide, started to think about how it works and so on and so forth. So I received a lot of inspiration, like 100% inspiration for my future developing. And I realized that I wanted to come back to Russia, and I wanted to continue my activity where I'm a real expert. And with all my educational stuff, with all my background, with all news and information that I received from you, I just came to Russia and started to build a team, started to focus on my writing school in Russia, started to use all my marketing tools that I received. And in 2017, we had a really nice motorcycle school in Russia, and we started to provide course to get the drive license. Like we became official motorcycle school in Russia. We launched a website, also kind of social network, and we started to go to Bali as a tour company to make some enduro tours. And our first and real enduro tour on Bali, it was 2017, and it was really successful.
Well, that's quite a journey. Anyway, we will put a bunch of links below the video. You can check out his tour company. He has tours in several different locations in Indonesia. He's also doing places in Himalaya mountains, in Turkey, in Brazil, in Argentina, and Africa, places like South Africa and Kenya. So be sure to check it out.